What up, though? Welcome back to Energy. I am back with another banger for you guys this morning. Let's go ahead and tap into the collective energy and see what Spirit has for us. Sorry. Somebody was messing with my mic. Okay, let's get into it. Sorry, y'all. Just trying to see what deck I want to start with. Alright, all praise to the Most High. Trust your intuition over mine. Unable to face their truth. Cross-checking facts, gathering information. And not making life difficult for themselves or for others. All right, so I feel like you may be finding more, and I feel like this is a journey through life for everybody, but it's a journey to finding your authentic self, like the most authentic expression of yourself that you feel comfortable being in everyday reality, whether that's in your house, socially. It's like a consistent string of authenticity that you have to pretty much go through enough life and experiences, and also finding out what you attract and what happens to you when you're not authentic versus when you are, so that you can really see who do you want to be, based on the experiences you're trying to create and the person that you want to show up as, right? It takes life. For some people, they get it in their 30s. Some people get it in their 50s. Some people don't get it till their 60s, 70s, or 80s, and some people never fucking get it. Okay? Now, I'm getting there somebody who feels as if you have found your authentic self, but it could be a lot different than what they're used to. So someone could be researching or investigating. They're maybe monitoring, looking for more information about you. I'm getting at what they're finding is that you're on easy street. You found a place of peace, not just mentally and emotionally, but also physically. Like, your life is peaceful. You don't have chaos in your life. So someone who is used to being able to connect with you on a chaotic timeline, they cannot find any resonance with you because you aren't there. Okay, so that is major, because moving out of chaotic cycles and moving into peace, easy street just means that life can unfold more the way that you intended to. And it's because you stabilize who you are. So this is manifesting. We're talking about the law of attraction, law of assumption. You attract what you are. Okay. Everything, even if you're like religious or you come from the Bible, you have a religious background, you sow the seed, God's gonna water it, and then it's gonna grow. Like, you know what's happening in your life for the most part. Sure, unexpected circumstances come in, but even when they do, you can figure out or pinpoint what brought that to you, what change did you make, how did you create that. And if you like it, you keep it, and if you don't, you learn the lesson so you don't do it again. And you find, the quality of it. How is it helping you? Okay, so something is just getting easier. Something is getting faster. Your life isn't disturbed as much. Your peace isn't disturbed as much. And you have someone in your energy who cannot face their own personal truth, which may be that they're not in the same place as you. It doesn't look like they're gathering information to figure out how to resonate with you. It just seems like they're trying to gather information to kind of cross-check certain facts to see, is this really your authenticity? Is this really a part of who you are? Someone may be going through past memories with you. So if you feel like you're being drawn into nostalgia or something like that, if it gives you peace, okay. If you get a nugget of truth, okay. But the past is not where you want to stay. People who stay in the past, who are unable to detach and let go of the past, they're essentially dead, because they're reliving the same experiences, even if it's only in their mind. But they are attracting similar experiences, but it's like a blight. It's a magician. They're creating it based on imagination, based on wishful thinking, based on hope. But the past has already happened. So you can have similar situations, but if you don't stay in that similar vibration that you were when it happened. And for some of them, what they're holding on to, it really wasn't even anything that felt good. Like the overall, it didn't feel good. So they're looking for momentary flights of fancy to escape their reality. And they could be looking for you to be on the same page with them, but that's not where you are. Okay, let's see here. So who's this person that's confused and unable to face their truth and seeing that you are your authentic self, but your authentic self confuses them? Well, it would. Fake people don't resonate with authentic people. They don't understand what you're talking about. They don't understand why you feel like you should be free to say whatever you want, to express yourself authentically. It's not the life that they live. So they are going to look at you like you're crazy. They're going to wonder, where do you get this sense of freedom? Where do you get this, confidence? It's going to happen. It's happening all over social media, but there are plenty of people now who don't care. In my opinion, it's too much. I feel like they're getting everybody to give all of themselves to the internet. But what happens if the internet crashes, or what happens when people turn on them, or what happens, like that's a lot of yourself that you're giving. But people are eating it up. They love that shit. So people are starting to come into their authentic self a lot quicker than maybe they would have originally. But for some, they're getting stuck in an authenticity that is momentary, like survival mode. But people are feeding off of that shit so much, and they're getting paid for it, and just more content, more content, more content. So, it's like it can be a trap. But I don't feel like you're in a trap. I feel like I was saying, life has brought you to an authentic version of self that someone can understand. This is someone you detach from. I have the 9 of Pentacles. This is likely not a situation that was easy for you. Maybe it was difficult for you to find yourself in this connection. This could have been a connection with somebody where you lost yourself because you were trying to people please. And there were parts of your authenticity that just did not resonate with this individual, and your desire to resonate with them overrode your desire to be your most authentic self. That disturbs your peace. So at some point, this connection was worth sacrificing your peace, or at least you thought so. But I feel like your peace is of more value to you than whatever this connection can do. And whoever this person is, they need you to go back to the past. They need you to be the person that you used to be. It's the only person they understand. It's the only person they resonate with. So we have long-term success. Whatever you're doing, perseverance. It takes perseverance. You have to continue to push forward. It's not about what someone else sees, especially someone who disturbs your peace. It's about what you see. It's about what you value. We have success here. So you're going to be rewarded. You have a harvest coming in. This energy is similar to a reading I just did maybe like 2 days ago. It should already be uploaded on my channel. But it says planning and getting results. So you already have some kind of plan here, or there's something in your mind that you're thinking. And I'm getting it's very grounded. It's very realistic. So there's a goal here that maybe wasn't very realistic from who you used to be and who you continue to perpetuate for other people's like comfort, or like I said, resonance with you. But now that you are moving into your authentic truth, that version of you, it's like stepping onto your highest timeline, which can yield to you your highest potential. And I feel like somebody's ready for it. They're ready for the work that it takes. They're ready for the effort that they're going to have to make. Like somebody's there. And your plans, you're going to get results this time. You may have been patient, very patient. This is something that you could have been working on for a long time, or you've been working yourself up to. Maybe you didn't even know that. The Hangman is in reverse. For some of you, you weren't taking action. You didn't want to move. You were stagnant. You were not trusting. And that could be just because how many different connections no longer resonate with you. It doesn't feel like that should be your new reality. But it will be. It's the same as with your family. There are certain family members that you grew up with, and everything is fine because that's, you are who they see you as. And every time you go back, you kind of become who they see you as. But when you start to outgrow certain circles and family circles and dynamics, and they no longer can grow with you, like they're not able to accept your truth as you continue to grow, eventually those are certain people that you just don't go around anymore. Just like your friends from high school. Some of them you still resonate with, or you could resonate with, and some of them you no longer can resonate with. And the way that they see you or what they remember from high school, that's not who you are now. So it's the same thing with everybody. But for some of you, this is all happening at one time. With the Hangman in reverse, it could have felt as if you were going to have to sacrifice everybody in your life. So you would rather just stay on a timeline where you're confined to behave in the way that they expect you to, and that they gravitate towards you. That's why people say it gets lonely on the top. So somebody here, you have been to your authentic version of self. I have the Four of Wands and the Three of Wands in reverse. So you've already gotten to your authentic version of self, but you're not taking action in this authenticity. And I think it's coming from fear and stagnation. With the Three of Wands, yeah, it's kind of like lacking vision. You're actually in the place where what you want to do will yield the type of results that you want, and it's because of who you're being. But there's something here, and I think it has to do with someone in your energy. This person is holding you back. It says they lack the vision, they lack the motivation, so they can't go with you. That's what it is. Someone's trying to hold on to you and hold you to an old timeline because they feel as if this new timeline, they're not able to go with you. They're having self-doubt, and they may even have regrets about certain things from the past. So this person is in your energy, but they're running through a lot of past dynamics and past energy. Okay, so if you feel like you can't move, or you feel like you don't have the desire to take action or move on certain things anymore, it's because you have a drainage. You have an opening. Someone's energy is open. This is the King of Swords. This is the truth. You're going to be able to see this clearly. Somebody's in your energy looking for information about you, but I feel as if you are actually about to gain information about them. And this clarity is likely going to help you to make this decision, because it says you're not making life difficult for yourself or for others. Seven of Swords is in reverse. If you have not been feeling peaceful, your peace is about to return to you. You know what's happening? This is a rebirth, and this is you coming into this authenticity and truth in a way that is like ice cold. Ice cold to the touch. And when you're too empathetic, that's how people attach to you. That's how people change your mind. That's how people get you to do something different before you're ready to. This is how people re-enter your lives before you have invited them. And invitations don't have to happen physically. They can happen silently. Your heart can be open on a certain subject of someone. Your life could expand in a way that you're able to take on what someone else brings into your energy. But you should not feel like you're being pushed or forced to let people from past timelines in. Okay, so there's authenticity too means that you jump timelines. You're moving around, because authenticity doesn't mean that you're ignoring things or pretending that things don't piss you off or things don't make you sad or that you don't experience disappointment. It just means that when you get there, you're there for a short second. You pretty much enter your mental office. Why am I here? Why am I here? What am I supposed to learn? What am I supposed to see? How does this affect me? How am I affecting others? What do I want to do about this? Is there anything I want to change? Do I like things the way that they are? Do I feel clear and aware? And then this is where you move into that unbothered awareness. You're aware of what you need to know. You know why you're there, and it's time to go. You don't stay there for long. But when you hit these certain places vibrationally, especially when you go into low vibrational energies, you're just there to get clarity. But people are used to who you used to be when you hit those vibrational levels. So you have people who are attracted to you because they're connected to a certain wavelength. They have energetic cords that have been trying to attach to you for a long time, but you have not been low enough. You have not been in a vibration where they could resonate with you. Even if it's just somebody, oh, you always argue, or you always vent with, or you always cry with, or you always lean on, or, you know, it's these are lower vibrational energies. Coping mechanisms, connections that are built on trauma, pretty much. So you're not traumatic. You're not in a traumatic situation. You aren't experiencing trauma, but something went wrong. You were disappointed. You got irritated. You were angry. You were experiencing natural emotions because you're still a fucking human being. But at the same time, you do not deal with those things or resonate with those things or fall over and fall out and lay and bury yourself in those energies anymore. So you are there for a short time, not really a long time, okay? But you do have people who may be running in just because you're lighting up. You're there. You're in the energy that they're used to you being in, and that creates a resonance. So there's an opening there. For some of you, the person is not letting you go. Like they're getting in and then they're taking that ride with you right back to where your authenticity is, but that's not their authenticity. And this is why they're out of body. This is why they're confused. This is why they're researching. This is why they're using the past to kind of make themselves feel better or feel more grounded or gain some kind of certainty. But it's almost like somebody is losing their mind because they're trying to follow you and stay connected to your energy. That's they're a parasite. They're a parasite, and they probably are unaware of it, which makes it awareness is everything. Awareness is everything, because then you can accept your truth and you can accept the reflection that somebody has given to you. But when someone doesn't know, it just makes the road more difficult for them as well as for you. Let's see here what's going on. But I'm getting you're in a perfect place to be able to handle and deal with it. The King of Swords is one of the most, like they're one of the most respected figures as far as their intellect and as far as their clarity. You know, they really see things as they are. They speak the truth. They're honest, you know, just not just honest with other people about themselves, but they're honest with themselves about themselves, which is why they're able to see other people authentically and speak authentically. This could be someone that's respected, or you're respected. You're respectable. Likely you respect yourself. You respect your choices. You make choices from a clear and wise mind. We also have the third eye. You could be very intuitive as well. That's an added bonus, because a lot of King of Swords energies, you could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, don't have to be. But a lot of them stay so detached and out of their emotions and feelings that a lot of times they're moving off of like a one-sided authenticity. It's like only the cold hand, but not the warm heart. Like they're not listening to their heart. So sometimes that is something that can come up with the King of Swords. But with this here, with the third eye on this deck, I'm getting that you're very balanced. So you are moving out of wisdom, not just intellect. So everything is not a game of manipulation for you. You don't often strategize or try to or seek to manipulate people. This is likely why you have so much peace. People cannot come to you with grievances because you don't play the games that most people do. Most people are strategic based. They're always in their heads. They're always trying to figure out how to get the upper hand, how to get what they want, how to manipulate you or change your mind, how to find, you know, a way in. You're very okay, independent. Nine of Pentacles and the King of Swords. You may be a loner. You may be a loner. You're a popular one, though. Okay, let's see. Give me another card here with the King of Swords. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Okay, so since you've been gone, I'm hearing that song. I do not like to sing that song. I can't sing that song. Since you've been gone. That song. But you have exited someone's life. Maybe because you felt like they wanted you to. Like I said, you're very intuitive. You can read how you affect people emotionally. You can also tell when people are not able to accept your authenticity. And it's like, it's okay. You don't need to change for me. You don't need to be comfortable with the version of myself that I have accepted. But I'm not going to change for you either. I'm not going to dumb myself down. I'm not going to sit the fuck down. I'm not going to change myself. I'm not going to act different. I'm not going to, like, you're not going to do things that don't feel right to you or aren't natural to you just so that you can be happy with somebody. It's really a fake happiness. So you're not willing to sacrifice yourself. You're not willing to sacrifice your authenticity, your clarity, your self-respect, or your peace. Now, the way your intentions and this cutoff here, because I am getting that whoever this person is, they feel like you are out cold with the King of Swords. They're not seeing your intuitive nature. They're not seeing how you're trying to make something easier for them. Because it says not making life difficult for yourself, but you're also not trying to make life difficult for them either. You're trying to do what it is that you feel will keep the peace for you too. Like, you get to have peace too. If you were to people please them, they would have peace. They would have peace of mind. You would do what they wanted you to do, but you would lose your peace because it's not what the fuck you want to do. So now you're not only maintaining their peace, because people should have peace on their own. They should not need to connect to you to have peace. They should have their own peace. So you're saying you get to keep your peace and do your thing your way, and I get to keep mine. So everybody should be, at least at the very least, you should be fine. Okay, within yourself. Somebody is not okay. Everything has gotten worse for them, or with the Wheel of Fortune, something is going wrong in their life ever since you left, ever since you disconnected. Now that means that this person could have been operating off of your peace only. You give them peace. You bring them peace. You are the peace. And some people, your cup could be running over. You could have more than enough to give peace to them, which is why you're able to connect. But some people who do not have peace, and they may even have, like I said, you have a little energy drainage. They could have multiple energy drainages. They could have multiple parasites. So when they're in your energy, getting your peace, it's not just their cup that you have to fill. You have to fill all of the cups that have been bleeding out of them first, and then theirs. So this person really comes off as thirsty for your energy. And it's because of the dynamic that happens when you guys are together. It's too much to fill their cup. It's too much to get them to the place of peace. You have to sacrifice your own peace in order for them to have it. That's not healthy. That's not healthy. Oh, I want to read the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Yeah, it's not healthy. It's not healthy. It's not healthy for them because it's teaching them to, or it's helping them to perpetuate codependency, addictions. Because yes, you can have addictions to people. You can have addictions to people's energy. You can have addictions to the way that people make you feel. But the key is to be able to do it yourself authentically, so that you don't have to ride anybody else's wave or plug into anybody to get it. What's the Wheel of Fortune in reverse? Yes, self-sufficient energetically. I'm getting you're stabilizing that, but this person that I'm talking about, they may be your only leakage here. They may be your leakage that I'm talking about, that's parasitic. But if not, then I feel like this situation is going to help you to see who it is and how to fix it. What's the Wheel of Fortune? It's time to close it up. You got to close it up. Really, that's that heart. That's that empathy. That's what they're feeding on. But you're going to need that. You're going to need that. Because you're human. So you're going to have tough times too. You're going to have issues. You're going to have things that you go through. And you're going to need that extra piece to help you to wade through those things. And a lot of times, you know, you may find somebody here and you give it to them. But when you need it back, they don't have it. They're nowhere to be found. There's not a lot of peace is actually kind of a commodity now. That's why you may have people coming out of nowhere. You ain't talked to them in you don't know how many years. You done been married 5 times, had 50, 11 kids, and all of a sudden they're calling, they're texting. For some of you, they're at your door. That's why. Because nobody in their life, that in the whole 10 years you've been away, they haven't found not one other person to give them the kind of peace that you do. And now they're in a situation or they're in a time period in life where they're really needing that. And guess who's lighting up? You. Okay, now, is this one of those readings again where I got to remind y'all that you're supposed to learn from Jesus, not sacrifice your life? It ain't time for you to go yet. It's not time for you to go yet. You gonna let these people drain the fuck out of you or what? What are you gonna do? For some of you, these are people that you have made yourself available to. You gave all that you could give. You healed what you could heal. You said what you needed to say. You fed them. You clothed them. Whatever it is that you did for them, you've already extended yourself. But now you just retreated so that you can build yourself back up. And why? Because you're probably going to go right back out into these same people's lives and blast them with all of the love and peace and joy and happiness all over again. That's a beautiful thing. It's fun. It's exciting. You love to see people happy. You love to see people at peace. And when you have it, you love to be the source of it. However, you do need time. Like I was saying, you're a popular loner. You're popular because of what you bring to the table. But you're a loner because it takes solitude to create that type of momentum and energy within yourself, to be able to give it and be that like re-energizing energy source, self-re-energizing energy source. It takes time to build that up. But you're in the house. This is scriptural. This is biblical. Jesus really went through this. He had just healed thousands or whatever. He went to a house and the people followed him. They was banging on the windows and knocking on the doors. See, that's ungrateful. That's ungrateful. And that's not they're not respecting your boundaries. They're not respecting your choices, and they're disturbing your peace. So if you want to give in to that, go ahead. They're going to put you up on the stake and they're going to bleed you dry. So enjoy yourself. Also, we have the Wheel of Fortune, so they're going through some kind of karmic blowback. You're also going to attach yourself to that. So things that were not going wrong in your life, things that you were seeing through, maneuvering around, everything was good for you. Guess what? You could possibly start to experience some things going wrong that shouldn't be. Why? Because you're connecting, you're contaminating your energy with an energy that is the opposite of where you are headed. South side shit. And I'm saying south side as in south node. That's inauthenticity. So when you're inauthentic, guess what? Inauthentic shit happens to you. Things that never happen to you happen to you. Why? Because you're doing things you never do. And it's not real for you. So what you're going through, you be like, this cannot be real. It's really not real. Because you're not being real. But it is manifested as real because you manifested what was not real as real. When you are your authenticity, then your life will start to reflect your authenticity. Who you really are, what you really deserve, how life really should be. So be careful about who you're connecting your energy with because it matters. It does change your life. We have the Wheel of Fortune, and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse says this person is experiencing unexpected difficulties. This card signifies the downward turn of the wheel and the start of a negative phase for the corn. This is not good. Again, the catalyst for this change may be uncontrollable or unexpected, and once more, the other cards can shed light on particular aspects of or influences on these difficulties. Yet the wheel will continue to turn, and this period will end. And that's the thing. It's always temporary. It's always temporary. They'll be back. The misguided, I feel like for humanity as a whole, but especially my collective, The misguided response you have to people who come to you in this energy is that you must sacrifice your peace and authenticity in order to be of value to them. But do you understand that you are no longer of value? You have essentially taken, this is why you were valuable, because you were up here. Clear, aware, assertive, confident, boundaries, peace. Someone comes in, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And I have been the oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God person before. And I've had people who closed their doors. I've had people who didn't want to hear it. I've had people who were not empathetic. I've had people who've assisted me. But that is something that was needed to change, not just me running to other people, but also allowing other people to run to me. And that's when my life got more steady and peace. So if you come from here down here and you do connect with them, that doesn't make life better for you. You've now just taken yourself into the same vibration they're in. So who's going to help who? The only reason you were of help is because you're up here. And it wasn't even what you were doing physically, because you were detached from this person. It was just your energy. They can benefit from your energy from a distance. They don't have to connect with you. You know what your energy is offering? Light, clarity, the truth, a way of doing things. But they have to put in the hard work. You're giving information. People are able to tap into a certain level of your information. I call it the enclosed porch. They're not actually in your home, but they are allowed a certain access to you. And what they're getting is your light, which comes with that clarity, that truth, pretty much the blueprint. Because what they're seeing is you have peace. They want peace. Or it could be whatever it is. They want money, you got money. You want stability, they got stability. It's whatever it is that you have. That's what represents that light. But what they're getting is clarity and insight on how to do it. The thing is, they're hit with the hard work that you put in to get there. And this is what they'll have to do. They don't want to. They want you to do it for them. They want you to sacrifice it to come pull them up, where likely you're not going to get back to where you were. You might get somewhere, but you're not going to get back to where you were. They want you to do the work for them. And I'm getting you're at a point in your life where that is no longer your authentic self. You are no longer in a position or in a place where you think that you actually believe that it is reckless for you to sacrifice your peace and what you truly want to do for the sake of someone else who needs you. And for some of you, this person ain't needed you in 10 years. 10, 20 years, 5, 10, 15, 20 years, a year, 3 months. They ain't needed you. They was just fine last week, the week before that. They found everybody else to fill in this, but now it's only you. All right, buy that if you want to. We got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Oh, it said that this may, it's going to come to an end. They're going to do the work. Your energy is giving enough clarity of what to do. Sometimes it's somebody, the people who have closed the door in my face, just like my dad. My dad taught me how to survive. My dad was pretty much a king of swords my entire life. And he taught me how to survive. Oftentimes, I would not tap into that side of myself because I'd rather just be like everybody else. Oh my God, listen to this. Oh my God, help me. Oh my God, girl, oh my God. I'd rather do that. But it never really helped me. It was always when that ran out, like when that got tiring, when that got boring, when it got repetitive, when I started to notice that all we're doing is complaining, but we're not getting anywhere. Nothing's getting any better. Things are actually getting worse. When I had to detach and tap into my dad's side, that's when I give him all the praises that I should have been giving him my whole entire life. Thank you. Because I get it now. It's survival. You have to survive first. A lot of us are stuck in survival mode. We can't even get out of survival mode because every time you get to that space, you just survive for 2 nights. And here come people beating down your door to bring you back where you were before. No. Let me get up out of here. Let me get up out of this. You keep doing the work and getting where you're supposed to be. And eventually we'll probably be close enough where we can literally hold hands and get the rest of the way. We're going to fly the fuck up out of here. But I'm going to need you to do a little work too. Yes, that's right. And it's the people who would detach or be like, okay, I can't do this with you. Those are the people that I learned the most from, because they taught me how to do it for myself. And it did. It changed my life. It made certain cycles that I kept going through over and over again, not understanding why they suddenly disappear. Now I'm going weeks, months, a whole year, and I'm looking like, whoa, nothing really bad, nothing went like really wrong. How is that fucking possible? I don't know a life like that. I come from fucking Detroit. Now, my childhood is different because it was very, we lived in a dome, and that dome went everywhere with us. Okay, I was a Jehovah's Witness. I can't get into it, but we were in the world, but no part of the world. So we lived in inner cities, but my life was not really filled with a whole lot of what inner city life really offers. But I left home when I was 16. So I did experience a whole lot of what the real nitty gritty of Detroit is. And then, did some exploration, went to college and went different places. So I have experienced life outside of that protective bubble that I started off in. But I didn't know that I could have that same peace. I didn't know that I could have that same easy life. I didn't know that things could still, I could still feel protected and feel like stable, because I came from a stable background. Even though I moved around and I had different family members who raised me and took care of me, each of them had a home that was stable. My life was stable in each environment. So that stability is where I come from. So the instability that I experienced out here, it changed who I was. It changed who the fuck I was. I was not used to instability, but it became like a regular thing because life is unstable on the fucking ground. These inner cities, what you have to deal with just to survive, it makes you unstable. You're always going through something emotionally. You always got to figure something out mentally. It's always some problem that you're experiencing. Mental problem, emotional problem. There's always a need to run away or to self-medicate. Because life is hard. Life is chaotic. Shit be happening consistently. And then you got all of the fear of all of the things that you're constantly hearing about, which haven't touched you, but you feel like you need to worry about it because it's so close to you. It's happening next door to you. So it's not easy, but I managed to get back to what I thought I could never do without the organization. My family represents my religion because of how heavily indoctrinated they are. But that piece, I thought I would always have to go back to where I came from to get that kind of peace. But it comes with control, and I didn't want the control. I want that peace, but I also want to feel free. And I managed to get that, but the only way is actually survival. Sometimes cold hand, warm heart is literally the only way. Boundaries. You have to protect your peace. Otherwise, it will bleed out. And not just in this one place. I'm getting whoever I'm talking to. This is not really relevant for you. You got like one person here. It's an easy patchwork. But for the majority of us, when we're used to being empathetic, you got so many people that have an energetic cords to you. You got holes. You got entrances to you all over the place. What boundary? What protective barrier? So it's something you have to implement. And it does take time, and it also takes a cold hand. You got to get some thick skin. Because when I say these people out here, they will come for your jugular. They will come for your jugular. That's why they can't come in my house. The enclosed porch. You ever seen those movies, Contamination, and they have to go through where their body is like drenched in scalding hot water and flames and all of this shit before they can enter the facility? Yeah, that way. Because I need you to be really close to where I'm at. And before I didn't care about no shit like that. But for the sake of my child, I do. Because when I sacrifice his peace, it sacrificed my peace too. I can't get no peace if my son does not have peace. I can't really be happy if my son is not happy. So that's when it became very serious to me, where it was no longer like a game, a joke, and it's not up for fucking discussion. That energy got to be matching. It's got to be really fucking close. Or he's got to be gone so that I can, you know, be chaotic and be toxic and enjoy it and not feel like it's going to destroy or mess up anything. Because you can't get to a place where, like I said, you can jump to these lower vibrational levels. There's nothing for you. You can get right back out of it. But it does become more difficult when you have a whole family, you have a wife, or you have a husband. You need to maintain your peace. What you've been pushing outward for everybody else, you now need to draw into yourself. And you know how you do that? By detaching. Solitude. Not leeching on and latching on to somebody else. What's the Wheel of Fortune? In reverse. Scorpio, Leo, Taurus, Aquarius. Yeah, see, it said the other cards will help to make sense of it. We have sorrow, shattered dreams, underachievement. Okay, someone's having a temper tantrum. This may not even be anything major or big, but something is not going right, and they're emotionally going through a tumultuous time period. They're upset. They're upset. There also could be some feelings of guilt here. It's the Five of Swords in reverse. This person isn't trying to cause issues for you necessarily. They're not trying to cause drama for you or make things hard for you, but they feel like they need you. But what they really need is your clarity. What they really need is a way out. What they really need is the light, the truth. What they really need possibly is your authenticity. Because sometimes your raw authenticity is just what someone needs. I'm telling you, my dad's raw authenticity sent me in the opposite direction plenty of times. And you know what? Those were really good times in my life to feel free. Because that's when my dad needed me. And I was like, oh no, we good. You good. You got this, daddy, like you told me. I would call him like, oh my God, my boyfriend, blah, I need you to come get me. Oh my God, daddy. He'd be like, oh no, you was fine when you picked him. You like that thug guy, didn't you? You fine. You all right. So when he called me, oh shoot, oh man, and I'd be like, oh no, I'm good. No, you good, daddy. I don't know. I get to you when I can, because I felt free to, because that's how he hit me. He got hit like I got hit. But you know, my dad is a survivor. He don't care. Move right along to the next one, or he'll do it himself. And that's how I am. I'll move right on to the next one, or I'll do it myself. And that's how my son is. I tell him no, or yeah, usually when I tell him no, if his peace is not disturbed, if he hasn't already given his peace somewhere else, my son's reaction to me saying no or wait a minute is fuck it, I'll do it myself. He don't say that, but that's his energy. Oh, you want to clean my toy and put some more water in my fake sink? All right, fuck it. You want me to wait for you while you, what are you doing? Your hair? Who cares about your hair? Where are we going? All right, don't worry about it. I'll do it myself. That's my son's mentality. And I love it because it's going to serve him his whole life. Took me a long time to learn that. This is the clarity you're giving to somebody too. This is the moment where you chose to. I'm not saying it was easy. It says hard work. It is hard work. It's perseverance. Taking the easy way out is easy. Doing it yourself is hard, but doing it yourself creates stability where it becomes easy. And then you never have to learn that lesson again. So you are like fixing problems, not just finding a way to cope with the problem, which is going to end up coming right back around for you to deal with again. So the key is like to create concrete over these issues so that they never come back up again. Even if they do, it takes you like a second to handle something that used to take a year for you to work through. So getting faster, getting stronger, getting bolder each time around. These cycles. This person here, we do have the Hierophant in reverse. So this is somebody, and we have the High Priestess. This person's going to tug on your heartstrings. 5 of Cups. they're experiencing an emotional regret. So they're going to pull on your heartstrings. This is not someone who means you harm. This is not someone who, is vicious or anything like that towards you. But like I said, this could be one of those that they don't know the effect that they have on you. So your detachment may seem cold. The Hierophant in reverse says you used to have a connection here where you may have been like a support system to one another. So when you pull back, when you detach, when you are no longer that support system, and this person, desperately needs you to, sometimes that can change people. Like I said, they can become vicious, vile, like toxic. It's not even safe for you to connect with them. They get really angry. They turn into like the Walking Dead or the zombies, where they're like thirsty and kind of like crazed. They don't even look the same. They don't even act the same. They turn really, it's like a child. They literally has a full blown tantrum of rage because you said no. So those are definitely the ones that it's not even safe for you to connect with. Some of them may not be in that energy, but with the High Priestess, there could be something intuitively that you're able to see. So you may still maintain your boundaries. Or you may have, for some of you, you may have regret. You may be seeing where there is peace that you could offer to this individual. Okay, so I don't know. Take it as it resonates. For some of you, you are in contemplation mode and you just need to make a wise decision, one that you feel good about, one that doesn't sacrifice your peace, but also allows you the space to extend yourself authentically, because you don't want to cut yourself off from being who you really are, or giving yourself to situations that you really want to when you can. Okay. All right. Let's get one more. Let's clear this up. Let's go to another deck because that was, I don't know, but it felt heavy. Let's get another one. What's in the energy? We got new boo on the bottom of the deck, but let me see. It don't always have to be love, spirit. I ain't always asking for love when I say give me something more lighthearted. Let's give me something to be tickled by. Lord have mercy. Bottom of the deck now is honeymooning. Love on the brain, talking often, and feeling all the feels. And no, that is not all this deck is about, but it seems to want to come out lately. What do we have? Okay, somebody sleep, but this is not a karmic lesson. You could be asleep in divine energy. Good for you. So you made it to your Empress energy or your Emperor energy, and you're taking a nap. You're taking a vacation from your problems. Yeah, divine energy, that timeline is so high above the ground that the things you do, the way you move, and what you say, people go crazy. Either they go crazy for it, or they go crazy trying to understand it, or they go crazy trying to wage war against it. It's untouchable. It's impenetrable. It's above the ground. So you can go there and take naps, but you can't stay asleep forever. You're going to have to come back down. So let me see. Oh, we have graduation. Okay, so this is a break that is needed. You're going through a transformation. So you're getting ready to level up. Your ground level is about to level up. But you're being taken out of the way so that karmic games can play out while you're not affected by it. So the same shits that happens every time that you get here during this timeline, it's still going on. The karmics are still karmicking. The chasers are still chasing. The runners are still running. The Walking Dead are still feeding. The zombies are still chasing. Like the shits is still happening. Everything that happened in the karmic timeline. Why am I seeing somebody like they climbing up a mountain and then they, how you have to drag themselves up to that last, whew, I'm safe. Okay, the apocalypse is still happening. Armageddon is still happening. Sorry. Anyway, it's still going on, right, on the ground level. But you are in a space where you are so separated and detached from it that you aren't experiencing it. You aren't truly living it. But you may become aware of it. Um, Eventually, you're going to have to come back down to the ground. But I am getting like this is like a spiritual oasis for you. Because whatever needs to be worked through is going to be worked through. Whoever needs to argue or lash out or cry out, like, it'll happen, the frustrations, blah blah blah, and by the time that you wake up from your nap and come back, it'll all be solid again. Okay. It's like whatever was going on, the hellfire, the everything's on fire and flames, it's hell, all of that would have been iced over by the time you come down. Okay. So you're learning lessons and you're acquiring wisdom. So it feels like I don't know, like you up in a cabin somewhere. I would say we go up to the UP here in Michigan. I don't know where y'all go, but it's like, yeah, you're on that mountaintop. You're in the UP at your little cabin resort, you know, with the fireplace and the peace. All you hear is the birds, if there are any, the animals, okay, the wild beast of the earth. But for the most part, solitude. For the most part, peace. And this is because you're gaining more clarity. Likely when you come back down, you don't come down to the ground unless you got something to do. Unless you got some moves to make. There's action to take. There's something to learn. There's fun to be had. There's things to do. Life is exciting again for you. So right now you're in a place of peace. Probably not that much excitement there, but like a spa day, an oasis. Okay. The karmic is in reverse, so you learned a lesson first. You had to learn a lesson. You had to possibly learn to do something you haven't done before and see how it works for you to even get here. This definitely means that you took care of business first, because ain't no going to sleep in divine energy and you still worried about everything on the ground that you left, you know, not taken care of. Nope, this is where you clean your house, you put everything in order, you paid all your bills before you walked out with your suitcase, lock the door. Because when you come back from this vacation, you need everything to still be intact, everything to still be going the way that it's supposed to. So I am getting you in a space where you really don't have much to worry about and you don't have much that you have to do. You can do what you want to do. Okay, let's see. For some of you, this is rest and rejuvenation. And for some of you, it is freedom. It's just like a vacation. You're doing things you don't usually do. You're stepping outside of the box because you're in your comfort zone. So it's safe. It feels safe. Okay, but we have someone's trying to blow your spot up. Someone's located you. We have SOS, distress call, act with urgency, and assistance needed. Okay, so we just going to keep getting the same energy. This is all that's happening right now. People who have retreated to peace. There are people running the streets and banging on your doors. Let me in, let me in. Okay? Because this is a repeat of the same reading that I just did. SOS. We have TikTok in reverse. Deadline, procrastination, too busy is in reverse. You aren't too busy, but you are aware of the distress call and you don't want to answer it. You're not procrastinating. This may be a distress call that you don't plan on answering. Deadline is also in reverse. There is no reason for you to sacrifice the life that you're currently living for this energy, which will put you essentially back or in the past, dead. It's dead energy. It's a timeline that you don't live on anymore. You don't live on anymore. The world killed you off of it. You killed yourself off of it. You're not interested. You're uninterested. But somebody's trying to blow up the spot. Cuffing season in reverse. Is this an ex or someone who wants a relationship with you? Or someone who just wants to feel connected to you? This person is trying to play it cool, but they're not showing up that way. They have onlookers or people who are watching them. Those glasses are not on their face. It's in reverse. So this is someone trying to appear cool or cool under pressure. They have people that are watching them. Okay, but it's in reverse. They are not cool under this pressure. And you've already learned your lesson with them, so you're not letting them in. They're trying to escape their karma. You learned the lesson. You dealt with your karma. This person trying to escape their karma. How dare you You learned your karma, you learned this lesson, and you then retreated to a place of peace, and now they think that they're going to blow up your spot and force you to come back down. Yeah, no. Not this time around. That's why we have graduation day. I'm hearing, is it Seer or Rihanna? It's Seer. Level up, level up, level up, level up. Yeah, I'm getting this yummy. That energy you're holding, it is yummy. And it is enticing. And someone's trying to get in. Now this, I just bumped my elbow. So for some of you, you felt the same way too. But I think you learned a lesson. That's what it is. This has to do with relationships, maybe love and relationships, or I don't know, situationships or whatever. But you may have had people too that on your worst days or on your time periods when you're going through, they had that yummy energy, and you would run to this. I cannot do this. It's the same message. Y'all just watch the video when I upload it. I'm telling you, these messages, it's just returning. It's the same thing. It's like a broken record. But what I was saying is, you used to run to somebody because their energy was in the place you needed it to be. And then they would run to you because they could taste your energy or smell your energy, and it was in the place it needed to be. But you both learned that lesson, or you learned that lesson. But the other person here, there's another situation where someone's trying to do the same thing, but you're not playing those games anymore, because that's not who you are anymore. You graduated. Okay, so lessons learned, acquired wisdom, and things are going to go well for you, just like the last reading that I put. So I'm going to go lay down. I got another video that I need to put out. There will be a new video uploaded today. Probably in about 30 minutes, because it's like a 20-minute video. But I'm about to do that now, because I'm not going to keep, I can't sit here and just keep saying the same thing. It's too damn early for that. I will see you guys in the next live. Bye.